Welcome to the RPGamer Early Access impression of Splintered. This is read by Sperumbreath, written by Dalandar, and the video is edited by Airfrog. Randomizer has been popular as a way to continue enjoying a title after experiencing everything it originally had to offer. These are typically brought into older RPG to spruce up nostalgic classics. There are few that embrace everything randomizer oriented as a core gameplay mechanic. That's at the heart of that makes Studio 8-bit turn-based RPG Splintered, as it takes the save the world mentality of a classic RPGs and mix in a randomizer to keep things fresh. Each run is breezy, and the first time through capably set player up by having a structure run to show how the mechanics and key items work together before testing players' memories and the future run. The king has been murdered by his brothers and the family heirloom stolen. The prince, whose player's name was able to escape the coup as the uncle fled the capital, Evenrock Castle. The king is now a specter that gives helpful advice, as well as bringing the prince back from the brink of death when the prince lose all their health. The king also provides a guidance crystal to the prince so he knows where to go next on the journey. The prince collects all the key items and fights his way to the main villain, which, upon their defeat, tosses the world about, randomizing the geography, enemy location, and content of treasure chests while sending the prince back to level 1. Full runs are split into chapters, with chapter 1 being the basic playthrough to get players accustomed to the key location, while the second chapter is a base randomizer run with the same gear and key item as the first. The full version of Splintered is scheduled for 5 chapters in total. Starting off, the prince receives a stipend of money he can use to buy equipment and consumables. Beyond typical healing items, there are also torches, which are needed to see in the dungeon that are littered across this world. Things are a little slow going at first since experience and gold are in short stock until players gain a few levels. Combat see use of attack, item, and spell options, with magic being learned at level ups and at random interval during shuffle campaigns. Gold eventually become plentiful, particularly in the randomized setting, as chest placement doesn't change but the gold amounts are greater than the first playthrough. This is because the prince's death result in losing half the gold that's been gathered, with half of that available at a treasure chest where he fell. Dying is easier in the randomized playthrough because encounters are separated into grids and can factor in any enemy found in the game, so finding a spot to level reliably can be difficult. Chests replenish when leaving a dungeon, which make farming for gold pretty easy if there's a bunch of treasure handily located in the game world. There are not a ton of treasure chests overall, so remembering where most locations are is possible. Luckily, the dungeons aren't too deep, which enables blind searching as another option. Key items not only appear in chests, but as reward for boss fights, which typically leads to scoring everything to get the 8 key items needed to successfully unlock the final dungeon. Things all flow together quite nicely in Splinter, and every run can be successful provided players can adapt to the equipment and location placement given by the randomizer. Other than searching for treasure, Splinter also have an interesting equipment leveling system. Essentially, equipped items gain passive abilities that make use of attributes gained from leveling up. These attributes are HP, MP, Strength, and Dexterity, and they increase at random rate from 0 to 20 per level gain. Some equipment can raise the totals of any of these attributes, but typically Utilizing passive abilities or talents that draw out the highest totals will work best. Beyond specializing in a type of gear, there are also some powerful pieces that are hard to not to equip due to benefit like routine, auto-healing or level scaled attack power increases. Splintered also has a number of set talents that are learned from defeating certain enemies. Unlocking these talents can be from defeating every enemy of a subtype, while some are locked behind randomized groupings of up to 6 enemies. After unlocking these talents, only 2 can be equipped at the beginning, with opportunities to unlock another 4 occurring via game progression. Talents typically provide stat boost to either attributes, experience, or gold, but can also provide things like less damage from a dragon breath attack or a added boost to healing spells. They are rather useful, but typically are less effective than boosts from equipment and their added passives. Visually, everything is basic, but has a nostalgic charm in how the sprites are shown on screen as well as in combat. There are around a dozen enemy designs so far, using color swap primarily to differentiate stronger versions that add a total of about 30 enemies. The world includes a bunch of terrain tiles, including one that damage the player when walking across them, which can make movement cumbersome on the randomized overworld maps, as the next town or dungeon could be anywhere. Audio is a formulaic chiptune that evokes a lot of nostalgic feeling and is serviceable, complete with sound effects that match. Splinter fills a particular niche of those that want a easily accessible, replayable, and nostalgic RPG. The animations are quick and snappy, which make combat satisfyingly smooth. Additionally, there are a few different possibilities for archetype builds that look to only expand as more content is added into the game. For now, there's enough to make for a few quick runs at an affordable price. There's a lot to like here. For more detail, hit up the link in the description below. For more video content, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitch for daily stream of your favorite RPGs. Join on the discussion at RPGamer.com on Discord. And for the latest in the RPG news, head over to RPGamer.com.